I want you all to say the following phrase with me, okay? All right, we're gonna say it one time and then we're gonna repeat it, right? If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing, okay? All together now. If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. It seems like in the digital age, there has been this massive idea in the head of corporations across the world that they can do what they call licensing agreements with the entirety of the consumer base. And basically what they're saying is, we will sell you media digitally so that it doesn't take up space in your home. You don't have to go out and get it. You don't have to wait for the Amazon delivery. And theoretically, it should be cheaper. It's normally not, but theoretically it would be cheaper. And from that, then you have the best of both worlds. You get access to everything that you could ever want. It saves space, it saves time, it saves money. It doesn't, but it saves money. But then they tried to pull the wool over your eyes. You buy something digitally and that thing can be taken from you at any given time. And so consumers, for the past few years actually, have been basically asking for a law that if you purchase something legally from a digital provider, then when that thing gets taken away from you, you are entitled to a refund of the exact money you spent on it. So if you go onto the PlayStation Store and you buy a $60 game, and then that $60 game is no longer available to you to own, they take it off of your consoles, you can no longer access it, then we should get that $60 back. Instead, lawmakers have come out with a law that basically says that companies have to now tell you that you're not actually buying things, you are licensing them. And Steam has followed this up by providing one of the most batshit warnings you have ever seen in your entire life. So if you apparently go to buy something on Steam now, I haven't purchased something on Steam in a while, but if you go to buy something on Steam now, a pop-up shows up that says a purchase of a digital product grants a license for the product on Steam. For full terms and conditions, please see the Steam subscriber agreement. Now, this is done in an effort to try to, like I said, basically take away the idea that you don't own anything. Remember the beginning of the video? Let's say it all together again. If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. Now, this is, of course, not relevant to just Steam. This is just a story that I saw when I was scrolling on Twitter, and we went ahead and looked into the law. So this is the, according to this website, Cooley, this is the new California law requires disclosures for selling online digital goods. A new California law, AB 2426, will require any company offering to Californian customers, A new California law, AB 2426, will require any company offering to Californian consumers online-only digital goods, including a broad category of online media and content such as games, video, audio, digital books, and other digital assets, potentially including NFTs and other blockchain-based digital assets, to disclose conspicuously that the consumer is purchasing a license of a limited duration and to separately provide the terms of that license. The law takes effect on January 1st, 2025, and a violation constitutes a misdemeanor that could rise to civil penalties. Corporations don't give a shit about either of those things, by the way. Before this date, covered companies may need to update their licenses as well as the purchase flow for digital content to provide the requisite notice and obtain customer acknowledgement at the point of the sale. Now, this is something that honestly worries me to a much bigger degree than I think a lot of people realize. I have been saying for a while that I need to go back to physical media because these days it's impossible to keep up with digital releases on anything. If you have any kind of look into the streaming world in terms of like TV shows and movies, there is so many services now. You've got Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, Peacock, and a whole bunch of other ones, and there's problems with literally all of them, right? Netflix takes all of your money and then cancels every good show after 2.5 seasons. Disney Plus and Hulu are consistently raising their prices higher and higher. The whole anti-password sharing movement has gotten into full swing that Netflix kicked off, by the way. It's so difficult to get a hold of it. Every time I see a new show and I'm like, wow, that show looks cool, I wonder where I can watch it. I have to go on like this scavenger hunt to figure out which streaming service I have to pay a $15 to $20 subscription to in order to go watch it. Like, for example, there's this show with Sylvester Stallone called The Tulsa King that actually looks incredibly good. I've watched clips of it on TikTok all the time. But in order to watch it, I gotta go grab Paramount Plus, and I'm just not in the mood for that. I already can't afford the $7 a month Crunchyroll subscription so that I could watch my favorite fucking anime, and now you want me to pay for 14 different subscription services in order to watch shows that I might not even have access to tomorrow, because you might decide to take them off the website. So for a long time, I've been wanting to get back into owning physical media, but the workaround for this that corporations have done is they've stopped releasing physical media and started going almost purely digital. This is actually aptly seen within PlayStation. PlayStation released the PS5 a couple of years ago now, and one of the versions of the PS5 doesn't have a disc drive. And then the new PS5 Pro is far more expensive than the original PS5, doesn't provide really any like actual graphical updates that are actively noticeable, but it is more expensive, and it also doesn't have a disc drive. Companies are getting smart that to the point where they know that they can scam you out of money, get you to buy a bunch of digital products, and then turn around and take those digital products from you whenever they so please, and there's not jack-a-diddly dog shit you can do about it. The death of physical media will probably be the death of media for a very long time. Right now, we are in a very hard world in terms of art and art performance. Generative AI is running rampant across the internet. Digital media is quickly overtaking physical media, and companies are finding ways to scam us more and more often. I think this is something that we definitely need to be talking about. We need to get on to lawmakers and make sure that they actively restrict how much people can take away from you in terms of digital media. If you buy digital media, it needs to belong to you regardless of how long it has been, regardless of how long you've owned it. If I go out and I buy a movie on, say, Amazon, and then Amazon loses the rights to that movie, I should not then lose that movie just because it was tied to Amazon services. It should be available to me at any time that I wish to go and get it. That should be the law. And then generative AI, I might do an entire video about that on my commentary channel, but you guys know how I feel about it by this point. I've released 2 videos related to generative AI on this week alone. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like the death of physical media is getting to be a little bit too much, but let me know what you think down below. And as always, a great big special thank you to my channel members listed on screen now. If you want to find out how to become a channel member today, get awesome perks like seeing videos early, merch discount codes, and more, then please click that join button down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.
Need more Kaiser in your life? Well, I've got you covered. Check out my second channel, The Kaiser Extras, where I upload full gameplays, stream compilations, me reacting to your Dead by Daylight clips, and more. We also upload a daily short with all the greatest clips from stream. We'll see you over there. Link is in the description.